Thomas Howard fan club is in attendance on this Wednesday evening as the Reds play host to the San Diego Padres. Here in the bottom of the third inning in a scoreless ball game, opposing pitcher Scott Scudder belts his first Major League home run, a shot going over the wall in left field, and that gave the Reds an early 1-0 lead. And before people could settle back in their seats, the very next batter, Mariano Duncan, comes up and belts a solo home run over the right field wall. Home run number 2 for Duncan, RBI number 14, and the Reds go on top by a score of 2-0. Then still in the bottom of the third inning, Barry Larkin and Chris Sabo on a double steal attempt. Benito Santiago's throw goes into center field, a steal and an error as Barry Larkin scores, and the Reds take a 3-0 lead. Then the top of the fourth inning with the Reds now up 4-0, Fred McGriff gets all of the Scott Scudder fastball and puts it deep into the seats in center field. Home run number 15 for McGriff, RBIs number 48 and 49, and the Reds lead is cut to 4-2. Then in the bottom of the fourth inning, Mariano Duncan hits a sinking liner into center field. Thomas Howard with a great diving catch. Joe Oliver tags up and apparently scores, but the Padres appeal at third base, saying that he left the base early. Third base umpire John McSherry calls him out as Lou Piniella comes out to argue in vain. As the Reds go on to win this one easily, though, by a score of 6-2. Scudder with the win, his record 3-3. Rasmussen with the loss, his record drops to 3-2. Randy Myers, his 6th save.
St. Louis on Wednesday night, 3 walks by Pat Combs in the bottom of the first and a sac fly, and it's 1-0 still in the first. Combs will walk his 5th batter in Todd Zeile with the bases full. In comes Ozzie Smith, 2-0 St. Louis. And that would be all for the Philadelphia Phillies starter. In came Bruce Ruffin, and Ruffin would give up a sacrifice fly to make it 3-0. And then Cardinals pitcher Bryn Smith helps out his own cause as he gets a base hit to right field off of Ruffin. In comes Ray Langford and Zeile. RBI 5 and 6 for Smith. And the Cardinals lead is now 5-0 after 1. Top of the fourth now with the score 5-1. Ozzie Smith from the right side of the plate. And the black bat hits a double down the right field line. Rex Hudler will come in to score for St. Louis. 6-1 at Cardinals, and it's 8-1 after 4. Moving out to the bottom of the fifth with the score 9-1 with the white bat, and from the left side of the plate, Ozzie Smith hits a ground ball that Wally Backman can't handle. Hudler came in to score. That made the score 10-1 Cardinals. They go on to win 14-1. Bryn Smith, the winner, he's 6-4. Pat Combs, the loser, he's 2-6.
Leaders square off in the Metrodome on Wednesday evening as Tom Kelly and the Twins play host to the Toronto Blue Jays. Here in the top of the first inning, Roberto Alomar will hit a triple into the gap in left center field. Devon White will score, RBI number 32 for Alomar, and the Blue Jays are on top by a score of 1-0. Then Joe Carter will come up, and Carter will hit a double to left field. This will bring home Roberto Alomar from third base. RBI number 52 for Joe Carter, and Toronto extends their lead to 2-0. In the top of the fourth inning, Toronto adds to that lead when Devon White will step up, and he will hit a triple off the wall in center field. Glenn Allen Hill on first base will score easily, RBI number 29 for White, and the Blue Jays go on top by a score of 3-0. Then Joe Carter comes up, and he collects his third hit of the game with a single into left field. Devon White scores, RBI number 53 for Carter. The Blue Jays take a 4-0 lead. David Wells pitched a fine ball game, and he was bidding for his first career shutout. But in the bottom of the eighth inning, with the Blue Jays up 5-0, Chili Davis ruins it as he hits his league-leading 15th home run, a 2-run shot to left field, and Toronto's lead is cut to 5-2. They win it by that score. Wells with the win, his record 9-4. Guthrie with the loss, his record drops to 5-4. And Tom Henke picks up his 13th save of the season. Here in the bottom of the second inning, with Seattle up 1-0, Corey Snyder ties it up with one swing of the bat as he puts one out in the left field seats for his second home run of the season, and the game is tied at 1 apiece. Then the top of the third inning, Seattle takes the lead when third baseman Edgar Martinez steps up. Martinez will hit a solo home run, this one going to the opposite field as he puts it over the right field fence. Home run number 5 for Martinez, and the Mariners go on top by a score of 2-1. In the bottom of the third inning, though, Carlton Fisk will give the White Sox their lead with a 2-run home run over the left field fence. Carlton Fisk gets home run number 5, RBIs number 28 and 29, as Robin Ventura also scores, and Chicago takes a 3-2 lead. The Mariners will come back, though, in the top of the 5th inning, and Omar Vizquel will deliver with a single into right field. Scott Bradley slides home safely, RBI number 17 for Vizquel, and the game is tied up at 3 apiece. In the top of the 6th inning, the Mariners come up with 2 big runs. Here with the Mariners up 4-3, Henry Cotto delivers home the eventual game-winning run with a single into right field. Dave Cochran scores, and the Mariners take a 5-3 lead. The Mariners would need that 5th run because here in the bottom of the 9th inning with 2 men out and the bases loaded, the White Sox down 5-4, Carlton Fisk strikes out looking to end the ball game. Mike Jackson with the nasty pitch as he gets his 12th save of the season. Randy Johnson is now 6-6. Ramon Garcia's record falls to 0-3.
Go Cubs in Pittsburgh on this Wednesday night. And in the top of the 1st inning, Sandberg will hit a 2-run homer to left field off a Bob walk. He picks up Jerome Walton. Home run number 12 for Sandberg, RBI 29 and 30. Cubs up 2-0. 2-1 now, 2 outs. Top of the 6th, Rick Wilkins will hit a solo homer to right field, his 2nd Major League homer. His first came on a Tuesday night. RBI number 7 for Wilkins. And Chicago's lead is now 3-1. Bottom of the 3rd inning now, the Pittsburgh Pirates will explode for 5 runs. Barry Bonds will connect for a 2-run homer to right center field. He picks up Jay Bell. Home run number 10 for Bonds, RBI 43 and 44, and is tied at 3. And then Jose Lean with a 3-run homer to left center field. Home run number 3 for Lean. He picks up Gary Varsho and Mike LaValliere. RBI 20, 21, and 22, and the Pirates lead 6-3. Top of the 5th inning now, Mark Grace will get 2 of those runs back as he'll triple down the right field line. The ball will get by Varsho out in right field. Wilkins and Walton come in to score. RBI 32 and 33 for Grace. 6-5 is the score. Move now to the top half of the 6th inning. George Bell at the plate for the Cubs. And he hits a ground ball to Bobby Bonilla. He throws him out 5-3. But George Bell will head straight for Bob Walk. The 2 exchange words. The benches will clear. No reason why they exchange words, but it was broken up pretty quickly. And it's 6-5 still in the 7th. Bottom 7 now, Jay Bell will knock in Jose Lean with a base hit to left field. Bell went 5 for 5 in the game. RBI 32 for him. Pittsburgh wins 7-6. Walk the winner, Balecki the loser. Landrum picks up the save.
Cone works over the trainer on Wednesday night as the Mets host the Montreal Expos. The Expos scored a run in their half of the 1st, but in the bottom half of the 1st, Mark Gardner surrenders this 2-run single to Kevin McReynolds. This would score Darryl Boston and Dave Magadan. The Mets take a 2-1 lead. They'd score 3 times in the 1st. The score now 3-1 in the top of the 2nd. And Marquise Grissom would drive in a run with this single. This would score Spike Owen, and it's 3-2, as Grissom would go 5 for 5 in this game. The 2nd time that he would pick up 5 hits in a game this year, as he did it previously against the Braves on June 7th. Then in the bottom of the 4th, with the score tied at 3, the double by Darryl Boston drives in Gary Templeton to make it 4-3. The Mets now ahead 5-3 in the bottom of the 7th, and Howard Johnson hits his National League leading 16th home run. This is a 2-run blast, and the Mets take a 7-3 lead. They hold on to a 7-4 victory. John Franco would get Gilberto Reyes to hit into a force play to end this one. Reyes the tying run at the plate, but Franco holds on for his 14th save. The Mets win it 7-4. Frank Viola, the Mets winner.
Mike Greenwell will double off of Scott Sanderson into the corner in center field. Some not very bright fan touches the ball, so it's a ground rule double, much to the chagrin of Greenwell, who now has a 17-game hitting streak. But he was stranded there at second base. Top of the 3rd, Steve Sachs with a base hit. Alvaro Espinoza rounds 3rd, heads for home. RBI 26 for Sachs, 1-0 New York. 2-0 on a Don Mattingly sacrifice fly. And then Mal Hall with the bloop base hit to center field. Sachs comes in to score RBI 34 for Hall, and the Yankees are up 3-0. 5-0 now in the bottom of the 6th inning when Ellis Burks hits a solo homer to left field off of Scott Sanderson. For Burks, it's his 9th home run of the year, RBI number 21. It's now 5-1 New York after 6. Red Sox threaten again in the bottom of the 7th inning. 2nd and 3rd, nobody out. But Steve Howe will get out of the jam without allowing a run as he'll strike out Tony Pena, Luis Rivera, and Ellis Burks to get out of the jam. The Yankees win 5-1. Scott Sanderson, the winner, he's 8-3. Mike Gardner, the loser, he's 3-2. Howe came in and picked up his third save.
Wednesday night baseball action from Cleveland as the Indians play host to the Orioles. And here in the bottom of the first inning, John McNamara is ejected by Dave Phillips for arguing a call over an interference play. But his Cleveland Indians would not disappoint here in the bottom of the first inning. Albert Bell, just recently called up from Colorado Springs, comes up and hits a double to the gap in left center field. Mike Huff and Carlos Baerga both score, and the Tribe is on top 2-0. After a single by Brooke Jacoby made it 3-0, Mark Lewis steps up and hits a single into left center field. Chris James and Brooke Jacoby both score, and the Indians take a 5-0 lead. Then Jerry Brown hits a single into left field, bringing home Felix Fermin and Mark Lewis. The Tribe led at 7-0. They had 2 more runs in the inning on singles by Baerga and Bell, and they led it 9-0 after 1 inning as they sent 14 men to the plate. Then the bottom of the third inning, with the Indians up 9-1, Mike Huff comes up and belts a solo home run to left field, his second of the season, and the Indians take a 10-1 lead. They go on to win easily by a score of 10-4. Greg Swindell with the win, his record 4-6. Jeff Ballard with the loss, his record drops to 4-8. Jeff Shaw gets his first save of the season.
All of them are in Houston on a Wednesday evening. And in the bottom half of the fourth inning, John Smoltz got himself in a little bit of trouble. The bases full of Astros, nobody out. Eric Yelding at the plate. Yelding will hit a ground ball that Jeff Blauser fields. Blauser throws it home to Greg Olson, who steps on the plate for the force out at home for 1 out. Tommy Gregg will now play Casey Candel's ground ball. He throws to home plate. Ken Caminiti knocks over Olson, but he is out. Jimmy Jones flew out to end the inning with no damage. But the Astros scored in the fifth with a sacrifice fly, 1-0. In the top of the sixth, second and third, 1 out. Lonnie Smith, the smash off of Ken Caminiti. He can't handle it. Otis Nixon and Terry Pendleton come in to score 2-1 Atlanta. Bottom six, Steve Finley with a double down the right field line. Casey Candel from first base comes in to score. RBI 23 for Finley, and the score is 2-2. Top of the eighth now, Jeff Treadway at the plate for the Braves, and he gets a base hit up the middle. Terry Pendleton will come in to score from second base for Atlanta, and that gave the Braves a 3-2 lead. That would be the final score in the bottom of the ninth inning. Juan Barragher gets Jeff Bagwell to fly out to end the ball game. The Braves win 3-2. Mike Stanton, the winner. Jim Clancy, the loser. Barragher came in to pick up his 11th save. On the San Francisco Giants, bottom of the fourth inning, Cal Daniels with a fly ball to left center field. Willie McGee catches it. Juan Samuel tagged up at third and scores. RBI 39 for Daniels, 1-0 Dodgers. This man looking for some action in this game didn't find too much, but spots Darryl Strawberry alone in the Dodger dugout. Greg Bonine will dive out of the way of Greg Linton's throw to first base on Gary Carter's ground ball as he hits the deck to get out of the way of the throw. Bottom of the seventh inning, Stan Javier with the ground ball to the home. Perez Chica makes the stop but can't make the play. Ramon Martinez in, RBI 9 for Javier, 2-0 LA. Top of the eighth now, Ramon Martinez with the strikeout of Dave Anderson. Martinez had a 2-hit shutout through 8 with 6 strikeouts. And it would be washed away in the top of the ninth inning. 2 outs, man on for Matt Williams. And he connects for a 2-run homer to left field as he crushes that Ramon Martinez pitch. Picks up Mike Felder, his 10th home run of the year, RBI 39 and 40. This game is tied at 2 in the ninth as we take a look at the home run swing by Matt Williams. We take a look at the pitch and reacts from Martinez. And this game is tied at 2 in the ninth.